If you've ever been on social media, you've probably seen someone that makes you feel like you're already behind in life. Like, let's say you're 16 and you see a 17-year-old with a Hellcat, a high-rise penthouse in downtown Miami, and they've already bought their mom and dad a house. You see that, and then your brain starts telling you that by 17, you're supposed to have a Urus, a six-figure business, and 1 million followers. And if you don't, then, well, then you're just a failure and a loser. And from 14 to 17, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the exact same way. But me at 19, I'm here to tell you that couldn't be any further from the truth. For what feels like my entire life, I couldn't stop comparing myself to people I saw online. Every time I opened social media, it felt less and less fun and more like proof that everybody had their whole life planned out and I didn't. Even when I would make progress, it never really felt like enough because I would then be humbled by someone my age driving a BMW or rocking full designer fits. And every time I saw something like this, I would just think to myself, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I even doing with my life? And I honestly thought like this for a while until I realized comparison doesn't just steal your happiness or your joy like all the internet gurus like to say. It distorts your whole sense of reality. You stop asking, am I growing? Am I doing this right? How can I improve? And you start asking yourself, why am I not like them? Why am I not growing like this person or that person? And those questions will almost never, 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 10, have a satisfying answer. Most people don't even realize they're in this race to begin with either. They never signed up for it. You never signed up for this. You just feel the pressure, the anxiety, and the guilt for not being further in your life without ever questioning who even set up this timeline in the first place. Although it feels now like social media is more and more closer to reality than it's ever been, I still believe social media is in real life. Not because everybody is lying, but because everything is edited. I think of social media like the NBA. It's a highlight reel. If you really think about it, it's just a highlight reel. If you're not there watching the NBA games, the full games, and you just watch highlights, you don't see the misses. You don't see the air balls. You're only seeing the best moments from the games. You're only seeing their wins, their makes, but you're not seeing the full picture. Social media works the exact same way. Nobody posts their confusion, their insecurities, or their bank accounts on Instagram. I mean, who do you know posting on Instagram, oh, hey, look at me, I got $4.16 in my account, or I'm struggling to pay rent, I'm about to get evicted. You only see the success. And when that's all you see, it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong because that's not what your life looks like. But that's not what anybody's life looks like. Nobody's life is just full highs. Everybody's life is highs and lows. And this is where I think social media has really messed things up. Well, more importantly, Instagram. I honestly think Instagram is one of, if not the worst social media platform right now. I don't even know if I could call it like social anymore. Like, who really socializes on Instagram anymore? You will get a post with 3,000 to 4,000 views and you'll get like 200 likes. 200, that's being generous. You'll probably get like 80. Like, I swear, everybody just watches you, and now it's just straight photo shoots, rental cars, and dudes flexing the group band. Like, you'll see a guy move to Miami living in a house with 12 other people, bro. 12 other people. 13 people splitting rent, all chipping in on payments to pay off a Urus, posting, like, they're all posting the Urus like it's theirs. And there are 13 people, like, chipping in to pay for it. But you don't see that part. You don't see them arguing over whose turn it is with the Urus. You just see the car, you see the house, you see the city, and you think to yourself, like, damn, this guy's living the dream right now. And we used to be in algebra together. We graduated from the same class. And I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with, like, you know, LARPing or, like, you know, like, there really is something wrong with it. I hate that I just said that because it really is, like, just be yourself. But that's, like, it's not, like, really a problem, because if that's how you want to live, you want to fake your lifestyle, okay, go ahead, do you, to each their own. But the problem is what it does to you when you don't know the full story. Because most of the time, these guys that are LARPing, they're not flexing a lifestyle they can actually sustain. They're not doing this to motivate you. Like, they're just chasing validation. Like, that's all it is, just chasing validation. The same validation you start chasing the second you start comparing your life to theirs. And the dangerous part isn't even the pretending or the LARPing. It's letting someone else's highlight reel rush your life. That's what falling for the LARP actually is. At some point, I had to ask myself a real question. And that question being, who am I actually racing? Because no matter how fast I move or thought I was moving, there was always going to be somebody ahead of me. Always. That's life. That's reality. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But once I accepted that, I'm not gonna lie, everything shifted. I stopped comparing myself to people I saw online and started competing with who I was yesterday or the day before that. Like, I pulled back my screen time, stopped feeding the comparison, and I focused on what I actually wanted and focused on myself. And I didn't focus on what social media told me I should want. And that's when things changed. I felt calmer, just like more grounded, more control of my own life. And it wasn't even because I suddenly became successful. Because realistically, I was still in the same position, but my mindset changed. But I stopped letting other people define what success was supposed to look like for me. And I stopped letting anyone not named Chrome Point speed me up or slow me down. And if we're going to be honest, being behind isn't even real. That would only be correct. Like, being behind would only be a thing if there was one correct path. But there isn't. Some people figure stuff out when they're 18. Other people don't until they're 30. Other people don't do it till they're 40. But that's not failure. That's life. Some people peak early and end up being 24 at high school football games, man. Like, and then other people get rich at like 40. Like, it's life. That's just how it goes. But the only mistake you can make is letting someone else rush your timeline. Because realistically, no matter where you're at, you're not behind in life. You're just early in your story. And until you stop letting other people control your story and speed it up, you will always feel like you're behind, but you're never truly behind until you fully accept that you're on your own pace, you're on your own track. Nobody is speeding you up, nobody is slowing you down. This is your story. This is your story, bro. Your story. Don't let nobody, nothing, no outside noise, it's just you, bro. However, don't let your mom, your dad, no matter you. I'm talking to you watching this video right now. Yes, you. But I'm telling you, bro, the moment you stop obsessing over someone else's like chapter is the moment you actually start writing your own. Like, sure, sure, Cooper Flag is younger than me by a day. Sure, he's living the dream. He's the #1 pick. Sure, that's my dream when I was a kid. Okay, cool. Sure, Netspin is older than me, and he's touring the world when I wanted to be a rapper too. But, you know, that doesn't change my path. They got what they like wanted in life because they locked in on their craft. And they didn't like just stare at other people and just watch other people. And if you do the same thing, if you just lock in, respect your pace, and build something real instead of just watching other people, you're going to be so surprised on how far you can actually go.